So now that school is back in full swing, which means the paychecks are coming back in, thank goodness, I am in the process of budgeting for my fun money account for the next academic/fiscal year. So from now until like next summer, both in terms of setting aside money for any luxury wishlist items I'd like to purchase and any vacations we'd like to take. Now maybe in the future I'll do a video like I did earlier this year on what I will be saving towards, but let's just say at this moment, I'd like to prioritize buying just one more bag this year, and that would be my perfect vacation bag. By the way, does anyone find themselves wanting to buy stuff for upcoming vacations? Like, what's wrong with the shoes, clothes, bags, etc. that we're okay with using at home that we're all of a sudden not okay with using on a vacation where no one knows who you are and where they will never see you again? Like, I would consider this a character flaw of mine because not only do I like to shop while on vacation, I also like to shop for vacations beforehand, kind of like pre-drink, you know? Now, I'm especially bad about buying airport outfits. Like, every time I need to get on a plane, I find myself wanting to buy a new airport outfit that's both like comfy but chic, especially if it's for a long haul flight. So apparently, like, none of my hoodies or joggers are presentable enough for strangers on a plane where we're all just sitting together in the dark. But fine, a comfy, chic airport outfit may set me back, what, like 100, maybe 200 bucks max. So no, I would say the bigger character flaw of mine is not only wanting to buy a bag while on vacation, but wanting to buy a bag for vacation. And to be perfectly blunt, I feel like a lot of my bags have been purchased based on either of those scenarios. And just judging by the fact that I'm still on the hunt for the perfect vacation bag means I haven't quite hit the bullseye on what I'm looking for. So for this video, I want to recruit the help of you, the luxury YouTube community, to help me identify the perfect one and done bag according to my 5 criteria for what I think will make for the perfect bag. Now keep in mind, your criteria may be different from mine, but based on my personal experiences and preferences, I think for me, the perfect bag would be one that meets all 5 of these criteria. So just FYI, for me, the perfect bag is one that I can readily use while on vacation because, let's be honest, I don't live a glamorous lifestyle and I don't live in a glamorous location. I could probably use a Walmart sack as my daily going out bag where I live and no one would even blink an eye, okay? So along the way, I'll show you some of the bags I have used for vacations, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, or more like what criteria they fit and what criteria they're lacking. And hopefully you guys can help me out as I continue this journey, or quest more like it, for my perfect bag. Also, I'm not talking about travel bags, like, in case that's confusing. Like, I have several Longchamp totes like these here that are fantastic for traveling, so I'm perfectly happy there. Although for our next upcoming international trip this winter, I might try to bring my new Her bag to see how it works, both as my travel bag and as my daily use bag while on vacation. My goal is not to work at all on this trip, so I'm going to make an effort to leave my work laptop behind and at most maybe bring my iPad, which that fits comfortably in the Her bag. So let's jump right into it. So my first criteria is that the bag should be small, but not too small. Like, I'm not someone who likes to pack more than I need to, so I typically only bring one bag while on vacation. And unfortunately, while on vacation, I do find myself needing a bag that fits more than just the bare essentials. Like, I'd love to be able to travel with my Chanel wallet on chain because it's small, it's compact, it's super chic, but I honestly need something that fits more than just my keys, wallet, and phone, especially if it's the only bag I'm bringing with me, and especially if we're talking about international trips. For instance, I want a bag that can ideally fit 2 passports, 2 wallets. Did I mention my husband treats me like a pack mule when we're traveling? Plus, when it comes to passports, he just had to pick this super bulky Dior passport cover, which this cover alone already eliminates like half of my other mini bags. Now, the other items that I normally wouldn't worry about on a day-to-day basis at home would include like a small umbrella, my sunglasses case, a packable bag, depending on the country and whether they provide bags at grocery stores and stuff. Like, I have this Kate Spade packable shopper tote. I bought this on clearance at Dillard's for like $6, I think. So that's something I would need to be able to fit in that bag as well. And then you got your usual like Kleenex, hand sanitizer, chapstick, etc. So yes, on average, I typically do need more than just the bare essentials when I'm traveling, since chances are we'll be out and about the entire day. Also, I know many of you are already familiar with the Chanel wallet on chain. I recently added a little base shaper at the bottom just to give it a little bit more structure. So there you go. I just bought this off of Etsy. So look, case in point, let me show you. So my passport, not a problem. Plenty of room. My husband's passport. Literally, that is all I can carry, and it won't even shut. Okay, that's how big his passport cover is. So yes, for international trips, this bag just cannot work for us. My second criteria is that the bag should easily transition from day to night, so it needs to be fancy, but not too fancy. So again, back to the Chanel wallet on chain, I think it's a bag that easily transitions from day to night, depending on how you style it and how you wear the chain length. So even though it meets this second criteria just like beautifully, it doesn't meet the first criteria. And on the flip side, I have here my beautiful Evelyn in the PM size. And while the Evelyn PM is definitely roomy enough, this is a bag that's really hard to transition for evening use. And along those same lines, I have my Louis Vuitton wearable wallet for men. And again, this bag meets so many of my perfect travel bag criteria, except for this criteria. Like, it is a super casual looking bag. Now, maybe, just maybe, if I can find like a nice chunky chain for it, so that it can be more like an evening clutch, but like a more edgy rocker or chic evening clutch. Now that I think about it, that actually does sound pretty divine. Oh, on a side note, I have been keeping my eye on So Black Chanel minis on the pre-loved market. I came across one on Fashionphile the other day, and it spoke to me in a way that Chanel rarely does anymore. Now, I know in a previous video I said I wouldn't be adding a Chanel flap, especially with the classic CC turn lock, to my collection anytime soon, but like in the So Black version, where the turn lock kind of just like blends in with the rest of the bag, I think it's so edgy and fun. So we'll see. It's definitely not a priority bag for me this year, at least, unless, hey, it actually turns out to be the perfect vacation bag. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're bringing it back again this fall, winter. Now, I can't remember for sure. But anyways, back to the wearable wallet. It's small, roomy, but as is, it's definitely a bag that does not transition into an evening bag. It does have like a super thick guitar strap. And so, I mean, it's great for super casual trips, but not for if you're planning to go anywhere fancy. So my third criteria is that the material of the bag should be soft, flexible, and light because it has to be easy to pack. Now, I love to travel light. I can do like a 3-week trip in a single carry-on if I have to. I mean, I don't anymore, but I still don't pack a lot when I travel because what I typically do now is I like to check in a large empty suitcase for shopping, which I know that's horrible. And maybe if I stopped doing that, I'd stop encouraging myself to shop so much while I am on vacation. But it's just that over the years, I've had to leave so much packaging and boxes behind, and I hate not having the original boxes and stuff. But yes, I preferably like a bag that would be extremely easy to pack, preferably something I can just throw into my Longchamp tote and not have to worry about it too much. So yes, in this case, all 3 bags that I've mentioned so far, so like the Chanel wallet on chain, the wearable wallet by Louis Vuitton, as well as the Evelyn, these are all bags that are extremely easy to pack. I mean, the wallet on chain and the wearable wallet, they're both this like nice rectangular, slim shape. So it's really easy to slip these into like empty nooks in your suitcase. The Evelyn actually packs up really nice and flat. And oh, by the way, I've recently been more into using the Evelyn without its insert because I've been feeling the more slouchy look lately. And especially since I exclusively use this as a shoulder bag, I don't actually use the canvas strap that it originally came with. And I feel like the structure of it sits a lot nicer without the bag insert. Now, if you guys have any suggestions for a super soft and thin and flexible liner, please let me know. Like, I like the structured liner for how I store my bag, but it is a little bit boxy when you're using it as a shoulder bag. So yes, traveling with the Evelyn without the liner makes it extremely easy to pack because it literally just flattens down into nothing. Now, the other 2 bags that I've used for road trips, but not necessarily international travel, are my Louis Vuitton Croisette in the Damier Azur print and my Giorgio Armani La Prima bag. Now both these are gorgeous. Both are small but not terribly small, and I think both transition fantastically from day to night, but both are way too structured for air travel. Like if I were to stick these in my Longchamp tote, both of them would take up a ton of space. So no, these have not traveled internationally with me anywhere except for their original flight home from Hawaii, which was where I picked these two up. Now, case in point, I had to leave the box for the Quisette bag behind because I ran out of room in my suitcase. But I couldn't leave the box for the La Prima bag behind because it was just packaged so beautifully. Hence, I now travel with an empty check-in bag. Now, my fourth criteria is that the bag should be versatile in terms of how it can be worn. So ideally, I'd love something that can be cross-bodied and something that has a top handle, like that would be my preference. The top handle isn't a must. I just like having options when I'm traveling. So for instance, the Picotin, my Picotin 18 right here, is another bag that I'd love to bring with me on vacation, but not only is it a little bulky, like I wouldn't be able to shove this in my Longchamp tote, like I'd have to pack this in my suitcase and like shove the inside full of clothes and stuff, but I don't feel comfortable with it being my only bag on a trip, knowing that my only options are to wear it either handheld or crook the arm. Oh, and same here, by the way. I've been enjoying wearing the Picotin without an insert. Instead, I just throw everything in a pouch and throw it in the bag. I feel like it has a much more natural slouchy look that fits the aesthetic of the Picotin more. And part of me really, really wants to add another Picotin in a lighter color, like even in the size 22. But I know I'm just being greedy now, and I just have to get that idea out of my head. So back to the La Prima bag. This was another one that I originally picked up because of its versatility, especially with the straps. I love having options of wearing it at 3 different lengths. But again, my main issue is that this bag is really, really difficult to pack just because of how sturdy it is. Like it takes up a lot of room, both in terms of how stiff the handles are. Like you can't really fold the handles down. You're just gonna have to pack around it. And just as I've shown before, the bag is extremely structured. There's no give. So it's going to take up a lot of room in a carry-on suitcase. My final 5th criteria is that this bag should be an all-weather, all-season bag, so the material can't be anything overly delicate. Like, I need it to be brave enough to muster through rain or snow, especially if it's the only bag I'll have with me and it's one that I will be using on a daily basis. So, for instance, like the beautiful Louis Vuitton Quisette. When we were in Singapore last Christmas, like we got caught in the rain several times, and just like that, if this was the bag I had brought with me, I'm sure the strap and the handles would be completely ruined. And also, same thing with the La Prima bag. I've never worn this in the rain, but I'm not taking any chances with the smooth leather finish. I don't want the leather finish to bubble up or stain. So again, that's 2 strikes against these bags that make them very untravel friendly. So a quick recap, what I would consider to be the perfect bag, not just while on vacation, but just like perfect bag all around. And that would be 1, a bag that is small but not too small. 2, a bag that can easily transition from day to night. 3, a bag that is easy to pack, so it has to be of a lightweight material. And 4, a bag that is versatile in terms of how it can be worn. And finally, 5, a bag that can thrive in all seasons and weather. Now, if I were to critically look at my current collection, I would say I have 2 bags that meet these criteria the best. The first would be my Prada bucket bag in black nylon with gold tone hardware. It's deceptively huge for a small bag because you just stack things up in there vertically. The black and the gold colorway makes it really easy to transition from day to night, especially if you take off the crossbody strap and just use it as a handheld. It's made of nylon, so it literally folds down into nothing. You can wear it multiple ways because it does have a top handle. It does come with a crossbody adjustable strap and removable strap. And again, because it's made of nylon, it's perfect for all types of weather. Now the next bag would be my Mansur Gariel Cloud Clutch in the color Biscotto. Now, I feel like there are so many designer brands or so many contemporary designer brands right now that have their own take on the original Bottega Veneta pouch, and this is now just one of many. Again, this bag is deceptively huge for its small size. Now granted, it won't fit a mini umbrella, which my Prada bucket bag easily does, but it does comfortably fit 2 passports, 2 wallets, and some other bits and bobs. Easy to transition into a nighttime clutch, and the lambskin is super soft but durable, so that was really important. And also it can be scrunched down into nothing for when you're trying to pack this into a suitcase or into your travel carry-on. Now, the crossbody strap does give it options in terms of how to wear it, and again, like I said, despite it being lambskin, it's a bag that's really easy to wipe down, so I'm not afraid of getting this wet. And as a bonus, the price. I bought this for about $300 on sale, which is a fraction of the price of the original Bottega pouch. And partly I'm guessing because of the price, I feel a lot more carefree when it comes to using this bag. And I know that having 2 bag options that fit all of my criteria should be enough for me, but let's be honest, this is a luxury bag channel primarily. Luxury bags are my kryptonite, and I'm honestly not ready to stop buying luxury bags yet. So if you have any suggestions, like I mentioned, I'd love to budget for one more bag this year, and I'm not 100% sold on what I want it to be yet. So I'd love to hear from you. If you have a favorite vacation bag, or if you know of any bags that would fit these 5 criteria, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So I'll see you next time.